Is my athlete overtraining? Common question I get asked all the time, so let's go through a couple myths and bunks about this and how you can actually tell if your athlete is overtraining. So one of the variables I don't like to use during overtraining conversations is how do they feel, right? And again, this is so much going on in athletes as they're developing, but they have emotions, they're going through social norms, they're going through all these developmental cues that affect the emotional side of it. And a lot of times in today's world, people don't even have that great of emotional intelligence, right? Like, oh, I'm just tired. Okay, well, what does that mean, right? Like, how does that work? Hey, I'm fatigued, right? Like, what does that mean? What are the signs of that, right? So like going through the emotional side, I don't always like to use like, hey, how are you feeling as the number one indicator to say I'm overtraining, right? We have some better variables and that's what we're gonna look at now. So over on the performance side, a couple of main things that we see. Any performance indicators will start to guide this. If I look at explosiveness, explosiveness starts to go down. If I look at strength numbers start to go down. But the key with the performance indicators is that when I'm doing more work and I would expect them to be going up, they're going down. That's the key to understanding overtraining, right? And it's not just, oh, my numbers are going down for a little bit. No, it's over time, I would expect them by the work that I'm doing and the training that I'm doing to be going in an upward direction of performance. But at that time, they're actually going in the downward direction, okay? That is one main indicator. The second one, heart rate variability stuff. Guys, this will change the game. If you wake up 4 or 5 days in a row and your resting heart rate is higher than average, we've got some signs of stress and some signs of overtraining going on, right? So those two things, performance indicators and heart rate variability, if those two things are changing a little bit, that is a sign that you have some sort of overtraining going on. Then I would go back and start looking at the things that affect overtraining. Hydration, nutrition, sleep, their actual performance protocol, like what they're trying to do with their training program is a huge piece of this. So if any of these 4 things are off, it's gonna affect the overtraining model, right? You'd be amazed at how resilient athletes' bodies are, but if these 4 factors aren't in place, now the resilience of the human body doesn't matter because it doesn't have the adequate nutrition. It doesn't have the sleep to actually let it recover and repair its tissues. It doesn't have the hydration to be able to fuel your cellular metabolism system to be able to use the recovery method available through the cells, right? Like all this stuff starts to compile to overtraining over here. So a lot of times, going back to the conversation of, hey, is my athlete overtraining? Most of the time it's not overtraining, it's a variable of their training that needs some dialing in. So if you guys want to get your performance to the next level, if you feel like your kid is constantly getting injured, they're constantly sick, they're constantly tired and groggy, right? Like let's talk about their training and let's see if there's any of these 4 things physically, nutritionally, mentally, etc. that is going on over here so we can address them to get your kid to the next level. All right, guys, keep crushing it. Later.